Did you see it? Did you see the inauguration speech this morning? Did you witness the greatness? Did you witness what real leadership looks like? After 4 years of incompetence, after 4 years of deacons at Woke United Methodist trying to destroy the country, after 4 years of so-called leaders in the federal government paying millions of dollars to biologists to help them determine the difference between a man and a woman. They didn't need to spend millions to obtain that information. My 5-year-old nephew, he could have told them the difference, and all they'd had to give him is some Bucky Bucks or Mario money, whatever the hell the currency is for Nintendo. The only thing I know about Nintendo currency is it's more valuable than pesos. If you haven't seen Donald Trump's inauguration speech, I highly encourage that you watch it. Speech ran for about 30 minutes, but it was 30 minutes of total domination. At one point during the speech, Donnie called out the incompetence and the corruption of Congress and Johnny B. Biden straight to their faces. Johnny B. was literally sitting right behind him. He was there physically, but God only knows if he was there mentally. Several times throughout the speech, John Biden, he seemed to be formulating strategies for his upcoming matchup in Dungeons and Dragons. Johnny B's gonna have home dungeon advantage as he will be hosting the match in his Delaware dungeon with his pretend friends Earl the Girl and Tammy turned Sammy. The Trumper talked about ending the weaponization of the federal government. He immediately declared a state of emergency on the southern border, which caused an emotional breakdown for those who accepted the invitation from Johnny B. Biden and suddenly realized that they are no longer invited to the party. Donnie also highlighted the fact that there are two genders, which confused our former pretend vice president cackling Cam Harris. As soon as Donnie said this, you could see the state of confusion on her face. Hey, Joey, he is saying that there's only two genders. You have been telling me that there's 72 genders. Where is that biologist that we keep on retainer? At one point during the speech, you could hear the sounds of dozens of mourners. Now, most in the media attributed the mourning to those on the southern border who realized that they are remaining in Mexico. My inside sources are telling me that some of the mourning, it was coming from the global warming department at Woke U. It's been a traumatizing week for the warmers. The deep south is covered in several inches of snow, and Donald Trump, he has restarted the painful drilling into Mother Earth until she begins bleeding oil. You know, there were two things that I noticed throughout the speech. Number one, the Trumper repeated the point multiple times: America is first. And number two, and this might be more important, I noticed a different Trumper. This is a different Donnie than we saw in 2017. I get the feeling that Donald Trump knows he made a lot of mistakes in his first term. He trusted the wrong people, trusted people like Mike Spence, who's got the charisma and appeal of a 2-incher pincher at a bachelorette party. I get the feeling that the Trumper's first term was spent figuring out how Washington, D.C. works. Now that he has that knowledge, I think Trump has spent the last 4 years working on a plan to fix the problems in Washington, which probably means demolishing the corrupt system, which is great news for normal people and bad news for deacons at Woke United Methodist. And that might explain why the mainstream media this morning was in a complete meltdown. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's get to the sponsor for today's video. I could not think of a more appropriate sponsor for a day like today. My good friends at MAGA Trends, formerly known as Trump Trends. Leading up to the election, MAGA Trends was one of our primary sponsors here on the channel. They were one of many financial contributors to the Trump campaign. And what better way to celebrate the victory, the rebirth of America, than with official gear from MAGA Trends. Here is one of my personal favorites. These are the White House signature Max Airs. The shoes that you see on the shelf behind me, these are the Trump 2025 chunks. They are designed from random state license plates throughout the country. MAGA Trends is your one-stop shop for everything Donald Trump. Shoes, t-shirts, hats, hoodies. Matter of fact, this hoodie right here It was one of the favorites of this audience during our last ad campaign. No, you don't receive a date with the pretty lady if you purchase the hoodie, but you will receive the hoodie as ordered. Join over 30,000 satisfied customers by clicking the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL10, BTL10. Save 10% off your first purchase with MAGA Trends. You know, coming out of the election, I thought we might see a shift in the mainstream media. I thought the media would be smart enough to realize that America rejected the woke fungus. I thought they'd be smart enough to realize that in order to stay in business, in order to stay relevant, the media would have to make a dramatic shift and start appealing to normal people. As it turns out, though, Uncle KC was wrong. If you were watching MSNBC this morning, your morning started off with the wicked weave Joy Reid criticizing the pastor who prayed before the inauguration. Now imagine my surprise. Just imagine my surprise when I saw Joy Reid criticizing a Christian pastor. I guess she was just living up to her nickname, the Wicked Weave. Now, according to our bundle of joy, the pastor, he was not praying for the Trumper. The pastor wasn't praying for the country. No! According to the artist formerly known as Weave, who now prefers to be called the Balding Beauty, this pastor, he was giving an over-the-top performance. He was not praying, he was giving a speech. If you watched the inauguration live this morning, I'm sure you noticed that someone was missing. Casey, what are you talking about? Everyone was there. I saw Billy the Clinton and his business partner Hillary. I saw Barry the Obama and... oh, wait, Michelle, that's who was missing. If Michelle Obama was missing, I damn sure didn't notice or care. I highly doubt anyone else cared either, but that's not who I'm talking about. There was someone far more important, at least in her own mind, that was missing from the inauguration. According to her, everyone has been asking her why she refused to attend. I sent my inside sources out to find these people who were asking why AOC, or as her friends and family like to call her, who? I sent my inside sources out to find these people who were asking AOC why she refused to attend the inauguration of the Trumper. Now imagine my surprise when my inside sources confirmed these people don't exist. I put together a small compilation of media meltdowns from this morning. Watch it for yourself.
All these journalists are like, Congresswoman, are you going to the inauguration? Congresswoman, are you going to the inauguration? Are you going to the inauguration? Let me make myself clear. I don't celebrate rapists.
Discriminating against transgendered people and making it easier to fire federal workers and stopping the ban on TikTok, even though that ban is actually law and executive orders can't supersede the law. Former House Speaker John Boehner, former House Speaker Newt Gingrich, his wife Ambassador Callista Gingrich, excuse me. Trump's aides have also said that Trump will sign some sort of executive action or order today to stop birthright citizenship. Now, birthright citizenship is the core American precept that says if you're born here, if you're born on American soil, you're a U.S. citizen. That is a provision that is explicitly in the Constitution in the plain language of the 14th Amendment. But Trump today will reportedly try to abolish it with an executive order. Even though executive orders can't override the Constitution, you see sort of sparse crowd of pro-Trump, seems to be pro-Trump supporters on the side there.
I just want to look at that salute that he gave again, just if anybody missed it, we'll just show it again. He's just wrapped up here. You can hear there. All right, so we just showed that. We just showed that.
It's worth
salute.
It was quick. I think our viewers are smart and they can take a look at that, but it certainly was, it's not something that you typically see at American political rallies.
I wonder how long it's going to take for the mainstream media to figure out they are now speaking to an audience of none. I'm sure you guys have noticed mainstream pop culture. It seems to be trending towards the Trumper. Snoop attended the inauguration this morning. Carrie Underwood performed America the Beautiful, even though deacons at Woke United Methodist demanded that she not perform. Kid Rock, Nelly, Joe Rogan, Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. We are seeing more and more celebrities showing their support for the Trumper. Everyone seems to be coming around, except those in the media. As you saw in that clip from CNN, they were trying to claim that Elon Musk was giving the Adolf salute. The dude salutes the crowd, and CNN tries to claim anti-Semitism. Is it any wonder why no one is watching that dump? Rachel Maddow, she was trying to downplay the support for the Trumper by claiming there were sparse crowds outside. Is that the kind of analysis that you get for $25 million a year? If I wanted pretend analysis, I could get that from Mina Kimes, and her salary is a hell of a lot cheaper than Rachel Maddow. There is a reason, Rach, that the crowds were sparse outside this morning. Number one, it was like 10 degrees. And number two, everyone was inside. I think the mainstream media is melting down because they know it's over. They know Donald Trump is giving the country back to normal people. All those people in the military who were discharged because they refused to comply with the Fauci, the Trumper, he is giving them back pay in full. The people who have lost jobs, who have seen their salaries decrease because there's been an influx in cheap labor, you won't have to worry about that anymore. If people aren't here legally, they are receiving a first-class ticket on the Bruce Caboose back home. All those teachers in public schools who are indoctrinating children with gender ideology, they're soon to be unemployed. I think the media woke up this morning and realized it's over. Back in 2017, the election of Donald Trump, it was actually good for the mainstream media. They knew they could make millions by demonizing him. They knew they could become stars by turning the country against Trump. Today, the media's come to the harsh realization that dog won't hunt. It's going to be interesting to see how long some of these people in the media last, because if MSNBC and CNN want to survive, they're going to have to start appealing to normal people. They're going to have to regain the trust of their audience. And it's kind of hard to do that when the people that you're putting on television are the ones responsible for lying to them. Give me your thoughts on this. Woke media melts down as Donald Trump is inaugurated. What did you guys think of the speech? I thought it was excellent. Also, is this the beginning of the end for legacy media, mainstream media? Are we seeing them melt down because they know it's over? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.